We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Miami Dolphins. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Single. Motion, 89. Watch 89. I got double time.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
I got one. Right. He's tight. Go get him. 4 check. 4 Check 99. Hey, watch out.
This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 24-yard line.
So they'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Man, I got you. Shoot.
To throw, Fitzpatrick. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. The catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the second round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. On first down, Drake. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Devin Bush in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
Check. Kill.
Throwing on second and long. Fitzpatrick. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Throwing Fitzpatrick. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Roethlisberger down around his goal line. Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves. Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is counter. And he's got some space here. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
They come out here in the I. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On second down, Connor looking for space. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And it's picked up by the Steelers. So not only did they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
They'll look to run with Connor. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 6-0 our score after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they come up now 2nd and goal. Go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On third and goal, Roethlisberger. The quick slant caught. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal.
And he missed it. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals.
Let's go, boys.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Second and 12.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang. Shift.
From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 16 yards, a first down.
16 yards. First down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Under 10. I got 5-0 here. Tackle.
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Tight end right. 4 down. 49. Still kills. Undercrush.
They'll run with Drake. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Kenyon Drake, he was kind of underutilized last year when Adam Gase was head coach. Only 7 starts, but now he's going to get a chance under new head coach Brian Flores to really showcase his talent. He certainly flashed his diverse playmaking abilities a season ago. 9 touchdowns, 5 through the air, and 4 on the ground.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey, 4 down. Watch 14.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. And this is incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. Running from the shotgun with Drake. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And it's caught by Parker. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Albert Wilson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Roethlisberger. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 38-yard line.
Hard that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. That's caught. The former USC Trojan, Xavier Grimble. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, Connor. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now it's Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long...
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. But it's going to be second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On second down, Fitzpatrick again. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. He's got a man. It's Williams. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. One heck of a third down conversion. 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. His throw incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Throwing again here. Fitzpatrick on 2nd and 10. And to the left side here, Wilson. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense. Because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Regular. 34.
They'll run it here. This is Mark Walton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 yards there. 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Kenyon Drake as the first half is winding down. Now the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Regular.
Here's Walton. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check. Lucky. Hey, 5-0.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They'll run on first down. It's Drake, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block.
Watch the whip. Check three.
Right back to Drake. Now Drake loses the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them.
And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Dolphins.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
You got tight. You got tight right there. SOS.
They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the slant. Jim. Check 52. Check 3.
Now Drake. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
55. Watch the run. Hey, check 24. Kill. Turn up.
Now it's a bootleg with Fitzpatrick. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Javon Hargrave coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Kill.
To try again after the sack. Fitzpatrick He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively, that's Devin Bush making the play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
52 and 56, 52 and 56. Check, cross.
Operating from the gun, Fitzpatrick. And that will be incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So on fourth down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
Like
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to air one out. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll start the drive with Drake. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Steelers make over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, Samuels. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are back within a single score.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll keep it on the ground. Drake trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The drive will start with Connor. And an alley to run. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12. A big first down to get away from the end zone. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But 2nd down instead. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Ben to throw again. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Raekwon McMillan coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st down, it's Samuels. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
And that's the big fella's M.O. right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll run here with Conner, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Running, it's Drake. And some room to maneuver. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 12-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Check 4.
Here's Fitzpatrick. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fitzpatrick throwing the out route incomplete. That's Wilson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Watch that in. Kill. Hey. 4 down.
From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. This is intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And he's into the clear. The 40. 20. 10. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point now by Boswell. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
To throw again on second down, Fitzpatrick. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. But now it's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Going deep here for Parker. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all party.
Roethlisberger will hand to counter. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Tackled by Robert Indici. It's a gain of 7.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On 1st down, Connor. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At their 49-yard line.
Now Connor. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Black 20. Check 52. Come on. Got one. I got one.
third down. It's Counter. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Barry on the punt as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Dolphins will start their drive at the 20-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Steelers, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.